With that said, let's get into our topic today. Our guest speaker, Mr. Dean Tarrolly. Man, you know, I feel about Dean Tarrolly as one of the great speakers that has come, and we enjoy his teachings. So without further ado, everybody, let's give a warm welcome to none other than Regional Vice President, Mr. Dean Tarrolly.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Mr. T. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it. You guys, let me start where I always start. And having a kind of a forum like this, if you will, where we can all, learn, get better, get information from these leaders. This doesn't happen by accident. This is very deliberate, and it takes time and effort and energy and a lot of care and a lot of love, truthfully, to be able to offer something like Mr. Thomas does here every single day during the work week, 5 days a week, and all the other stuff that he does. So, you do not become a senior vice president by accident. And obviously, Mr. T has helped a lot of people achieve success in this business. So I'm just encouraging you guys, don't take these calls for granted. When I prepare for them, I certainly don't take them for granted. I consider it it's an honor and a privilege to be able to share this stuff with you guys, and hope that it helps a little bit. So, Mr. T, thanks for everything that you do. I'm going to dive right in, you guys. So, this is a really important time for us, right? Like, we know we have these big services that are launching at the end of this year. We have so much momentum and so many stories coming out of Impact right now. And we already know that there's a bunch of people, a large number, into the millions, that are going to have to make some choices about their health care for themselves, their families, their employees. So I just want you to think about this for a second. We have this, at the risk of being cliche here, we have this perfect storm right now. We have these industries, these services that we're going to launch at the end of this year. We have an industry disruptor in impact health sharing that we can all take advantage of the timing of that and help a ton of people with this. Like, you guys, in a few months' time, the big beautiful bill, regardless of where you fall on it, there's going to be changes at the end of this year, and we have a solution for a problem, and it's something that's really important. So if you understand that, and this makes sense to you, I want you to know that we've heard this our whole lives. Timing is everything. Good timing can make up for some bad luck. Well, that's true, but there's a point and a part that might be missing. And that's, what are you going to do in that timing, right? How many people are you going to talk to? How good are you going to get at these services and learning them and being able to have an articulate conversation, or be able to articulate properly, right? The opportunity that we have, the benefit for them. How good are we at getting people to maybe take an interest in learning about the services or learning about the business, how they can, take advantage of that timing and the opportunity that it's created? Well, here's the thing that I realized is it's like a diet. It's like the gym. It's like a relationship, right? The secret to most people's success is found in being consistent. So really the message today, if you want to, I know a lot of you are really good note takers, and I see some of you are taking notes. I want you to know that the secret sauce, I believe, in our business, obviously, are the events. Like, we know the big event that's coming up in Orlando, but it's how consistent are you? So that being said, let's talk about this for a minute, because consistency, I think, is the thing that separates the achievers from the participants, right? And this is important because, look, let's use Al as an example, right? Does Al do these calls 2 days, 1 week, 3 days another? Then maybe for a month straight, he does 5 days a week. And then the next month, 5 days that first week and then 2 days that second week. That is inconsistent. And obviously that's not what he does. He's being consistent, right? And I'm not going to train you all on the core basic things that we do other than to say we get customers. Are you doing that consistently? We build teams, pique people's interest, show them the business. Are you doing that consistently? And we have events, whether they are events from the company like Orlando coming up or events in your local marketplace, leadership events in our team, and some of you were there. We were just in Palm Desert. Our next leadership event is in Lake Tahoe, which is going to be insane, especially because of the timing of the new services coming. Are you consistent in these core things that you do? Okay, so that's the out there stuff, right? And when I mean out there, I mean that's out in the public, your contacts. Are you being consistent? Do people know that you do this? Are you being consistent in your efforts, right? That's the first thing. So the second thing is not outside, it's an inside job. So let's talk about that for a minute. Are you being consistent in personal development? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Obviously you guys, social media is it's just a train that's not stopping, right? And this content creator, brand building kind of like environment that we're in right now. Well, I will tell you guys, there's some really good stuff out there. And I don't know what you're feeding yourself. I don't know what you're feeding, your brain, your soul inside. I don't know that. I do know that there's some really great resources out there. And I've mentioned some of the names of people that I think are really good. I always start with Gary Vee, and I know that tons of people know him and follow him, but I like his message. Like he just has a message that that anybody can accomplish whatever goal they want. Now I know that that's kind of a blanket statement, but if we're talking about, are you being consistent on the outside and on the inside, then you have to find those ingredients. One of mine is I like listening to him. And there's others that I've talked about as well. There's certain books, one individual that if you guys find it, is a book by arguably the greatest coach of all time, at least in basketball, John Wooden. And it's an amazing book on leadership, right? So just go do a little due diligence, go look for it. And you guys listen to your leader. There's tons of books that you can get. One of my favorites in our space, in the networking space, is called The Greatest Networker in the World, John Milton Fogg. And it starts by saying this. The book starts with, "I'm going to my last meeting." So you can imagine sort of the story that he takes you on. And it's a quick read. It's like it's very dialogue-y. So it's like it's not a 700 page, novel, and it reads quickly, but I've read it a bunch of times. So what's important about that, I think, is, are you consistently feeding yourself? Are you consistently growing personally? Now, here's another one that's an inside job. How well do you know your back office? How well do you know your online store? Can you point and click? See, here's something I'm just sharing with you because I've done so many of them, right? I could sign up a Flash mobile customer over the phone in traffic because I know the steps. I know the website. I know, oh, you filled this out. Now you're going to fill this out. Okay. You filled this out. Now you're going to fill this out. Okay. We need to check these boxes. Do you know your online store like that? Right? Are you being consistent in learning the vehicle, the tools that you have to build your business? I don't know. You know that. I don't know that. I mean, I know it for a few of you. Some of you I know. Easy example. Like I know Roxanne, she knows her online store. She knows her website. She knows the services in her areas that she has teams in Texas, right? Are you working towards and becoming that expert? I don't know if you are, but you know if you are. So I'll just challenge you to go, how consistent are you getting into your back office and your online store. Do you know where to find the overview of the company? Do you know where to find the compensation plan of the company? Right? Do you know where to find the information for each of the individual services where there are things like flyers? And I'm not going to tell you where to go. Go find it. Like, go into your back office, point and click. I'll give you a hint. Click on products, right? And then they'll all show up. And then, you know, you guys get good at your business, right? The way to do that is, are you doing that consistently? Now, let me just give you a caveat to this in terms of all the different products we have, because I know we have a ton of stuff. So here's what I would say. And listen, if you're on Al's team, defer to Al on this, defer to your regional vice president on this. Here's what I teach and tell my team. Master two or three of them. Know them all, be familiar with them all, but really master two or three of them, right? Like, that's the thing that I think works the best. That's the thing that I think is going to set you up as an expert, right? And man, there's a lot of credibility when someone looks at you and you can talk to them as an expert. So I think that's really important. So are you being consistent in the foundation of the business that you're building inside? Okay. And here's another one. Here's another inside consistent element. What goals do you have? Are you consistent? Are you that person who always talks about getting 75 customer points? Are you that person that talks about having two or three new teams building? Or are you the person going out and doing it? Are you consistently setting, maybe resetting, setting, maybe adjusting the goals that you have, right? And by the way, that's reasonable, right? Because life happens, stuff happens. Maybe we have some setbacks. Maybe we have some things that move us forward. Maybe your business hits a little wave of momentum. Now, I had somebody that said, "Hey, listen, I'm definitely going to be regional coordinator by the end of the year." And I said, "By the end of the year? You have over 115 points right now. What? It's going to take us 4 months to get 85 customer points? That's nuts. Let's do this in the next 2 weeks. Let's get you to regional coordinator and get you earning these bonuses, these promotions. Like, you guys, that's what we want to do, right? Are you consistently, like, going after these goals? And folks, if you have not set a goal for any of these things, get with the leader that you're working with and tell them, "Hey, look, man, gal, ma'am, sir, I want to get that. I am going to get XYZ done by XYZ date," right? See, a goal has to have an expiration date, right? And are you consistent in doing those? Hey, listen, by the national, I am going to have 75 customer points. That's 3 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks from now, right? If you have 75 by the national, I am going to have 100 customer points, right? Go into your back office, figure out those services that you are fired up to be able to talk to people about, and get out and do it. So, the message in this is, man, I mean, you guys remember, like, the tortoise and the hare, right? The rabbit gets there really fast, but runs out of steam, and the tortoise, methodically gets to the goal and ends up finishing. I'm not saying go slow. In fact, remember, you guys, success loves speed. Like, the faster we can create a success story for you, the faster we can help you break through to these percentage increases on your residual, the faster we can help you move through the comp plan, become an executive team leader in a couple days, become a regional coordinator in 30 to 45 days, become a regional director in your first 6 months. You're setting yourself and your team up to win, because you are setting an example of what can be done. So, this idea of consistency, I think, is underrated. And I'm going to tell you why. Because one of the things, and I've mentioned this in the past, I've said this, this is part-time, plan B, work around your schedule. I say that in every briefing that I do, right? But I also say this, that one of the secrets of success in our business is being consistent. So, people, people just like I do that say this kind of crazy nonsense stuff. I'm a 100% person. Mm. If I do something, I do it 100%. So if I can't do it 100%, I'm out. That's nonsense. That's baloney. People don't do that. They say it, but they don't do it. Right? That is a way to give them an out. So here's what I tell people when they say something like that. I say, hey, listen, I get it. When you do something, you want to do it really well, that you're that kind of person. And I understand that. I don't want 100%. Okay. Because 100% gives the impression that it's going to take time. And here's what I would want. Here's how we can work together. Give me 100% with the sliver of time that you give it. So if we have a half an hour, let's make it a really great half an hour and then we're done. Then maybe nothing for the next day or two. And then the next time we get together, we set aside an hour. Let's make it a really good hour and then we're done. And then maybe 20 minutes the next day. And then maybe nothing the next day. And then maybe 2 hours that next day because you have some time and we're gonna dive in and really like figure out what services you want to get really good at, or we're going to do a private business reception or a private business Zoom, and we're going to give that time that it deserves. And next thing you know, you look at a week, the week has gone by and you are in great shape because you were consistent. And that's really how I want you guys to look at this. So I hope that helps. I want to just show you one quick thing here before we go. So bear with me, you guys. And it's not a video, it's just something to show you. And I think this is awesome and a great way to maybe like kind of end the call here. So check this out, you guys. Just be consistent for 6 months. Show up every day. Show up when you feel like it. Show up when you don't. Can't give 2 hours, give one. Can't give 1 hour, give 30 minutes. 30 minutes feels impossible, give 10. The goal isn't perfection, it's the momentum. And the momentum will come from you being consistent. The momentum will come from you showing up, right? They say showing up is half the battle. Well, I'm telling you guys right now that if you do this and you do it well, if you do this and you are consistent, you should expect to see results. And maybe we'll talk about expectations next week on the next call. So, Mr. T, let me go ahead and stop the share. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that each of you know that you can be consistent in your efforts here. And I'm really excited to see what happens. And I hope I served you well. And Mr. T, I'll turn it back over to you.